Hello friends, welcome to Sense Kitchen again. Today my theme of the cooking is using fruit with my main ingredients for the cooking. So today I am making a classical dish, that is beef steak, accompanied with apple whiskey sauce over it, and with that I will serve smashed potato with orange zest and orange pulps. So let's get started. I'll show you the ingredients. So here I have two pieces of beef fillet. I have taken from the Chateaubriand side of the beef fillet. Here I have thyme and rosemary, dry herbs. Here freshly pressed apple juice. This is orange zest, Worcestershire soya sauce. This is orange pulp and orange juice freshly taken out. This is chopped apple which I will use for the marination. The sliced onion, cloves of garlic, apple. This is star anise and cinnamon sticks, olive oil, salt. This is beurre Mary, which I will use for the thickening of the food, whiskey and black pepper. We'll start with the marination. First we'll take the beef fillet, we'll add some chopped apples, and fresh apple juice a little bit. We'll keep a little bit for the sauce. We'll keep it aside for approximately 1 hour, and then we'll do the rest of the cooking. My marination is there in the refrigerator for 1 hour. So now let's start with the sauce. Here's sliced apple, sliced onion, cinnamon sticks and star anise, olive oil and whiskey. So I'll heat up the pan. It's already heated up. Now I'll add some olive oil. Let the olive oil heat up. It's already hot. Now I'll add the cinnamon sticks and the star anise. And let the olive oil take the flavor of the spices. You have to do it in a low flame. Remember it. My oil has taken the flavor of the star anise and the sticks, cinnamon sticks. So now in this flavored oil, I'll add the onion. Saute it. My onion started caramelizing. Now I'll add the sliced apples. Here goes the sliced apples. You have to saute it till it caramelizes. My apple also started caramelizing. Now we'll add the whiskey. Remember always to put the flame into a very low flame and then add the whiskey. We'll add some whiskey. It's very sad that you all can't get the smell, but it's very aromatic. And then now we'll add the remaining apple juice to the sauce and let it cook. We'll bring it to a boil and then we will blend it in the mixer grinder. Now my sauce is ready. Now we'll switch off the flame and we'll keep it for cooling, and then we'll blend it in the mixer grinder. Now I have already blended the apple sauce. Now I'll add it to a hot pan and let it simmer. It has come to a simmer. Now I'll add the beurre Mary just to give it a thickened consistency, saucy consistency. See, my apple whiskey sauce has already got the consistency. Now I will stir in it and then I will use it later. 1 hour is over. Now I will take out the beef fillet and add seasoning. Now I'll add salt and crushed peppers. use plenty of seasoning. Brush the beef fillets very gently so that the seasoning is coated evenly. As you can see, I have used a lot of seasoning because it's already loses 30% of its seasoning when it goes to the pan. Add some olive oil on the pan and let it heat up. Then add the beef steak. When the oil is hot, then add the beef steak. Add it away from yourself so that it doesn't slip on your hand. Now I'll add the cloves, whole cloves, just smashed, and dry herbs, so that the oil takes in the flavor of the clove and the herbs and give it in the steak. The steak is almost ready. To understand rare steak, we can understand like this. We have a feel over here. The softness, it's rare. Like this, it's medium rare. Like this, it's done. And like this, it's well done. So I want a well done steak. So it's well done. Like this. It's not soft, it's hard. The steak is ready. So now we'll make the smashed potato. Here I have already boiled a potato. Now I'll use burned garlic in this potato. So I'll add some olive oil on the pan. Let it heat up. I'll put it in a high flame just because I want the garlic to be brown, deep brown inside. So I'll fry it till it's deep brown. My burned garlic is ready. Now I'll add it in the potato. Add some seasoning according to taste. Salt and pepper. Orange zest. And some orange pulp. Now smash the potato. My smashed potato with burned garlic and orange pulp and orange zest is ready. Now I'll plate it with the steak. So my beef steak with apple whiskey sauce and smashed potato is ready.
Hello everyone, I'm Pyash Bhattacharjee and today I'm going to cook Anrash Ilish, another delicacy from Bangladesh. Initially, I'm marinating the fish with salt and turmeric powder and setting aside. For the sauce, I'm using freshly extracted coconut milk and I'm using pineapple puree. I've cut the pineapple into cubes and I've just made it into a puree. And another spice mix that I'm using is ginger, cumin seeds and coriander seeds paste. To begin with, we'll just temper some fennel seeds in mustard oil and add the ginger paste and let it cook for a minute or two. For the COVID-19 precautions, I always use a food grade disinfectant to disinfect all vegetables and fruits. We spray the disinfectant on the vegetables and fruits and set aside for an hour before using them to cook. Now, after the ginger paste, we'll add the pineapple puree and add some basic spices like turmeric, sugar and salt. You need to adjust the amount of sugar depending how sweet the pineapple is. Give it a good mix and let it simmer for 1 to 2 minutes. Next, we'll add some Kashmiri red chili powder for color. If you want the heat, you may add the normal spicy red chili powder. Now we'll add the fish and let it cook for around 3 to 4 minutes on each side. I've also added 2 to 3 slit green chilies for flavor. Once the fish is cooked, now we'll add the coconut milk. To thin the gravy, you need to add more of it, but if you want to keep a very thick gravy, you may simmer it down. Cover and cook for around 5 minutes more and drizzle some raw mustard oil for flavor. I'm adding some chopped fresh coriander for garnish, and this is how the dish is going to look. To present the dish, I'm using some fried coconut chips as garnish. I have just thinly sliced the coconut and I'm frying it in mustard oil. Also, I'm using some caramelized pineapple pieces. I've just melted some sugar in a pan and I'm just caramelizing the pineapple until they turn a good brown color. To present the dish, I'm using a plate on top of which I've added a banana leaf and I've served the dish. Thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, my name is Viktora Dattagupta. I'm a secondary student from IIM Kolkata. Today, on the auspicious occasion of National Culinary Day, which is celebrated on 25th July, today I'm making grilled prawn with watermelon. So, I would like to show the ingredients. This is watermelon. This is the prawn, which we are going to use. Some rice. This is the maida, garlic, spinach, black pepper, salt, butter, and 2 wedges of lemon, and some milk and some honey. And for grilling, we need some skewers. So, on this day, all the chefs around the world wants to educate all the people for healthy food, healthy living, and they want to show their skills. And today, our college has given us an opportunity to show our skill to everyone. So, let's go and cook. Hello everyone, we are back after preparing the dish. This is the rice, butter rice I have made. This is the main accompaniment of this dish. This is the spinach. I have tossed this spinach in butter garlic sauce, and the main sauce, which is another accompaniment of this dish. This is made out of maida, butter and garlic and some milk. And now here comes our main attraction, which is the prawn and watermelon, fresh watermelon cubes. Where I have grilled both of them together, and I have cut the lower portion of watermelon for plating purpose. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Muskan Sharma, and for today's video we are going to make Navratan Korma, and it is a Jain recipe because it's Sawan, so we won't use any garlic and onion in our recipe. So let's get started. Here we have kept our cuts vegetable to boil for a few minutes. We will cover the lid and we will let it boil. Now we will add a good amount of oil. And a little bit of ghee to it. If you want, you can also less the quantity of the oil, but Shahi Navratan Korma is better when it's oily. First we will quickly fry our dry fruits, because if we don't fry it, it will spoil our gravy. So it's better to fry it first. You will get to know when it's done when the kismis will try to become grapes again. So you will get to know that it's done. So we will take this out. Now we will add our Shahi Jeera or black cumin, a stand of cardamom, few ilaichis, cloves, and 2 bay leaves. Now we will add our cashew paste. We will cook it until the raw flavor of the cashew is gone. It will take about 5 minutes. Our cashew paste is cooked properly. Now we will add some milk. We will cook it for a few minutes and we will add more milk according to the thickness. After cooking it for about 15 minutes, we will again set our consistency. You can set your consistency according to you. If you want thick, if you want light, it's up to you. You can also add water if you want, but adding milk will keep the whiteness of the gravy and it will give it a good shine. Now we will add our vegetables to it. You can add any kind of vegetable you want of your own choice. Now we will add our dry fruits, that is cashew nut and kishmish. We will make this well and we will cook it for about 5 more minutes. After cooking it for 5 minutes, we will add our remaining ratans to it, that is our capsicum and paneer. Mix it well. We will cook it for about few more minutes. Now we will add sugar. If you want, you can skip sugar, but Navratan korma is basically sweet. If you want spicy, so you can add green chili more that we have added in the beginning. Now finally, after cooking for a few minutes, we will add salt. Now we will add a little bit of fresh cream. Mix it well. We will cook it for a while and then we will add our remaining ratans, that is our fruits. Now we will add our fruits, that is a little bit of pomegranate, a little bit of apple, which is totally optional. We will add the pineapple at the last. We will mix it well, we will cook it for a few minutes and then we will turn off the gas and we will add our pineapple. Cooking it for a few minutes, now we will turn off the gas and we will put our pineapple, which is the main ingredient. Mix it well and we will serve it hot.
I am Pritam Ganguly, a second year student of IIM Kolkata, and today for the culinary day competition I am going to make chicken tacos. For making chicken tacos we have taken 500 grams of boneless chicken, a tablespoon of cumin powder, a tablespoon of coriander powder, a tablespoon of turmeric powder, a tablespoon of red chili powder, 2 tablespoons of garam masala, 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, half a cup of tomato puree, some chopped onion, 1 chopped onion with 2 chilies sliced, half a cup of yogurt and coconut milk, along with I have taken salt to taste. Now we are going to prepare our marinade for the chicken. For making this marinade we require half a cup of thick yogurt, cumin powder 1 tablespoon, coriander powder 1 tablespoon, turmeric powder, red chili powder, little bit of garam masala and some ginger garlic paste with salt to taste. Now we are going to mix all of our ingredients together. Make sure this marinade does not have any lumps in it. Now we are going to put our chicken, boneless chicken, into our marinade and just massage it. Now we are going to keep our chicken marinating for half an hour. We have heated refined oil, white oil in a pan. Now we are going to add our chopped onions. And we are going to fry them till translucent. And let it saute. We are going to put our tomato puree. And we will cook it until the rawness of the tomatoes goes off. I have used fresh tomato puree. As you can see, our gravy is almost done. Now we are going to put our marinated chicken into it. Now we are going to fry this. We are going to finish it with a dash of our coconut milk on top. So here is our chicken tacos, creamy chicken tacos. Thank you for watching this video.
Today I'm going to make chicken pineapple. Take the boneless chicken pieces. Add egg white. Then add corn flour into it. Add salt. And mix it all together. Place the pan and heat the oil. Fry the chicken. Take 2 medium-sized cucumber, peel it off and deseed it and then cut it into pieces. Take few pieces of pineapple, add water and blend it. Place the sliced ginger into the pan. Add sliced cucumbers. Add diced pineapple. Add fried chicken. Add pineapple juice into it. Add fresh red chili cuts. Add salt as per the taste. Add castor sugar into it. Add cornstarch slurry. Take water into 1:10 ratio and add salt. Add oil into it. Put the soaked rice in boiling water. Apply oil all over the pan to avoid burning of butter. Place butter into the pan. Add chopped parsley and crushed pepper. Mix all together. Pineapple chicken and butter rice is ready to serve.
Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you people are staying at your home, staying safe. So for the National Culinary Day, today I am going to make sweet and sour pineapple chicken. So let's see quickly what are the ingredients we need to make sweet and sour pineapple chicken. Here we already have marinated our chicken with vinegar and soya sauce for half an hour. Here I have taken flour, corn flour, salt, chili flakes, 1 egg and water. So for making batter, first we have to take 1 cup of flour, corn flour. Here I am going to add half teaspoon of salt because we already have marinated our chicken with soya sauce, so which is already salty. I am going to add chili flakes, and 1 egg. Now we have to mix it. We have to make a thick batter. If you think this batter is very thick, so please add little bit of water to it. Now I am going to add the marinated chicken to it.
So we put all the marinated chicken in the batter, and now we have to mix this nicely. So in a pan I heat the oil little bit, and now I'm going to add this marinated chicken one by one. So friends, here we are frying the chicken in a medium flame. So we have to remember that it should not be high, so otherwise this chicken will not cook from inside. So it should be medium, so the chicken will fully cook from inside. So one by one we are just frying this chicken, not fully, halfly. We are going to double fry this chicken for more crispiness. So we are again going to fry this all chicken. So we are going to double fry this chicken for make it crispy. So friends, you can see it's a good color, good red color. So now we are going to take out from this. So friends, for making gravy with pineapple, so let's see what are the ingredients we need to make this gravy. For making gravy, here I have black pepper, 1 bowl of sugar, bell peppers, red and yellow, fresh pineapple which is cubed, onion, ginger garlic chop, vinegar, soya sauce, salt, sweet chili sauce and chili flakes. So for making gravy, here I heat up the oil. So now I'm going to add this chopped ginger garlic. Need to stir it. Now I'm going to add the pineapple. So friends, in this stage I'm going to add the sugar. You can arrange brown sugar, so it will be better for it, or you can use honey. Now I am going to add the chili flakes, diced onion and bell pepper. Now I am going to add the sauce. Here I have sweet red chili sauce. I am going to add little bit of vinegar. Mix it nicely. Now I am going to add the black pepper powder. Going to add half teaspoon of salt. I am going to add a little bit of celery of cornstarch, not too much, just make the gravy little bit thick. Now I am going to add the fried chicken to it. So after adding, we have to toss the chicken in this gravy. So here our sweet and sour pineapple chicken is ready. So now is the plating time. So friends, you can see our sweet and sour pineapple chicken is ready to serve. You can have it with nasi goreng or fried rice, and you can have it also with steamed rice. See, it's looking how delicious.
So friends, you can see how easy to make this sweet and sour pineapple chicken. So please try it at your home and give me comment how it is. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel.
Hello everyone, my name is Sagar Bhuya and I'm a student of IIM Guwahati, and currently I'm in my third year of BTS graduation. Today we are going to cook chicken that has an inclusion of jackfruit, and this is not a very tough recipe. It's a very easy recipe. If you can follow it well, you can try it at home. So without any further delay, let's just do it.
Hi everyone, today I am going to cook tomato masala bhat for the special occasion of National Culinarians Day, which is celebrated each year on 25th July. This is a day to honor all chefs and cooks and to show our appreciation to them. Therefore, today I am going to dedicate this video and the dish to my mother. Before I started process, I would like to tell everyone that I have take additional precaution like wearing hand gloves and before wearing wash hand with soap. This additional step I am going to take due to COVID-19. I have described the authenticity of the Assamese dish in the description below. So let's start.
First step, put some oil in a kadhai. When the oil becomes little hot, add 2 dry red chili. Second step, add papaya and fry it for 5 to 6 minutes. At third step, add curd, water, ginger paste and salt. When it cooks properly. At fourth step, add pre-fried fish, then mix it well and cook for just 3 minutes. Omita Masor Khar is ready.
Good morning everyone. My name is Arbaz Sharif. Our college celebrating National Culinary Day. On the basis today I am going to make apple chicken curry. For making apple chicken curry, I am taking 300 grams of chicken, 1 cup of onion, 1 cup of fresh cut apple, 4 spoon of oil, and 2 teaspoon of chili paste, 1 teaspoon chili powder, 1 teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon garam masala, then 2-3 pieces of bay leaves, cardamom 2 pieces, and cinnamon. First we have to saute that apple. So I'm going to push